Yeah, this new bank, this is where Bernard lived with his family, the flat round the corner, a ground floor flat, and ever since I was 15 to the ripe old age of 22, I used to perch up there every weekend, and me and Barney would go into town. Pips, Rotters, the Ritz, Tiffany's, Man Alive, Placemate 7, and roll home about 4 in the morning. Heady days, it's quite an innocent, wonderful time actually. So yeah, I've spent a hell of a lot of time here. I'd be here, I'd go home, get the bus home to Little Alton on Sunday night, ready for work, school when we started off, as much as I hate to admit it, and then work on Monday morning. So
how would you
really
say?
Weird.
How do you say it's changed since then?
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, it's a lot more secure, which I think is one of the sad reflections of the society that we live in these days. It's a lot neater and a lot tidier, and like when we lived here, the canal bank was fenced off. Yeah. You weren't allowed on it, it was. And now you can walk on it, obviously where the stones are, so it becomes a feature of life, and things like that make life better, make life more pleasant for everybody.
Do you think the environment affects you as a musician? Do you think it shapes you as an artist?
What you mean, the environment where you're brought up?
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because Bernard I did have a theory that the reason Joy Division was so miserable was because we'd lived in Salford for 21 years and we were desperate to get out of it, Right. But I think the thing is that your environment does shape you. I think it shapes you subconsciously. Yeah. Unconsciously, and what happens is that your first album as a musician you do in 21 years, and then lo and behold Tony Wilson expected us to do the next one in 6 months.
Thank you.
Luckily for us we managed to pull it off. Yes. And I must admit that whilst I live in Cheshire, and that's just what happens in life, is that I spend a lot of time in Salford still. I do a lot of work for Salford with the Salford Foundation Trust and things like that, and I'm very proud to do it actually. Right. Because the thing is that I do realise that everyone's not as lucky as me, but we all deserve a pretty good shot at as much as we can at the world. So it's about giving something back to me, and I try my level best to do it.
I like what you said before about connecting to the past and how important our heritage is, our industrial heritage. And what do you think about our future?
Oh my God, you're not asking me easy questions this morning, are you? I think the future will be what you make it, and I think that the important thing is rallying people and getting people together to work together. I mean, I think it's about having Christian belief in just... It shapes and makes life easier when people get on and help each other, and I think that that's what you have to do. And I think the thing is that again, preserving heritage and making people realise what this place was before and what it will affect what it is after. Yeah. And I have it all the time with music, where people always say to me, oh God, your music, it was 30 years ago, man, 35 years ago. Yeah. But the point is that people still love it and adore it today, and so do I. And the thing is that I'm not going to stop celebrating it. Yeah. And as far as I can see, what we did in the past has shaped a generation that goes on and does other things. And no, I'm happy to shout it from the rooftops, about the things that Joy Division, New Order and Factory Records did for Manchester and Salford. I suppose you revel in it in a way, but I think the thing you've got to inspire is that these kids, if they get up off their arses and do something, they can leave us all fuddy-duddies behind.
That's it.
And that's it, isn't it? And that's what it's all about. It's about inspiration and leadership, and then going on in the world and doing, the best you can, really.
Okay.
And that's it to me.
Thanks, Peter. It's brilliant.
You're welcome.